Hey, family. My name is Eric Freedom, and I'm here with our head coach, Luke Carsana. I'm the founder here at Reason Fitness. Luke is the head coach, and together we have 25 plus years of experience in coaching fitness, nutrition, and wellness. And our mission here is to help develop happier, healthier people in the San Gabriel Valley and Greater LA. And today we're going to be talking about the 5 type of friends that make you a healthier and happier person. So this is kind of a unique topic. I don't think we've ever covered anything like this before, but we're going to do a quick chat on the 5 types of friends that help make you a happier and healthier person. So I'm going to kind of like go over each one of them first, and then we're going to share some examples. But I think there's something that we don't realize when it comes to being a healthy, happy person, and it's that we can't be healthy and happy while doing life alone.
Yep.
Right? If you think about the worst kind of punishment that you get for committing a crime, like what do they do with you?
I don't know. Solitary confinement.
Solitary confinement, right?
Yeah.
It's the worst kind of punishment out there. I would say, I mean, personally, I think solitary confinement is
death still a thing? Electric chair?
In certain states.
Certain states, yeah.
So I would say that it's the same. Like, to me, like if you're gonna make someone live for the rest of their life by themselves.
One might be worse.
In a box?
Yeah.
Versus just like kind of calling it?
Yeah.
I don't know which one is worse. I'll let our listeners decide. But
Yep.
But yeah, so like the truth is that I don't believe that we could be healthy. I don't believe that we can be a healthy or happy person while living life completely alone. And I personally believe that over the years, I've had different type of friends that have helped me whether by choice or just by happenstance. These people are in my life, and they've helped me become a healthier, happier person.
Yep.
You're one of them. So there's 5 types. The first one I want to share is that there's the listener. The second one is the motivator. The third one is the adventurer. The fourth one is the mentor. And the fifth one is the loyal companion.
Yeah.
So let's just kind of go down that list. The first one is the listener. So I know that we all probably have one of these people in our lives. And if you don't, I would think about the type of friends that you have in your life and maybe try to recognize that you do have friends that are really, really good listeners.
Yeah.
The awesome things about having a friend that's a good listener is they're empathetic, they're patient, and they're understanding. What they do for you is they provide emotional support. They help you process your feelings. And then by doing that, they help reduce your stress. And I think a lot of times when we're going through a health and fitness journey, one of the most frustrating things is being frustrated and not having an outlet for it, right? Can you think of like a particular example of someone that's been a really good listener in your life or in regards to your fitness and health journey?
Yeah. So it's interesting because I feel like the people who are the best listeners are also the best mentors for me. Obviously, you're one of those people, but like I will be honest with you and start by saying, like, for my specific context, a lot of the people that I am friends with are also people that I consider as like models or mentors in my life for not just my fitness, but like people who will make me as a holistic being healthier and happier. And so like, I think for example, another person that I had like yesterday, I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday morning, and we were going on a walk, and I was just kind of telling him like how right now in this season of my life, one of the things that I'm struggling with is kind of like being I think really hard on myself for taking the performative aspects of my life, which might be in like my coaching, which might be in my training, and kind of like seeking results in so much areas of my life that I need a result in like my personal life. When in reality, like, I don't know, for me, like there should be spaces in my life where there are not high and hard expectations of results, but rather like a space in my life where I can just relax and chill and be myself, you know? And so, I mean, maybe there are some results that I get out of that, but not like something that is super measurable, specific, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And so, but he was just listening to kind of like some of the struggle that I had, didn't provide any feedback, and I felt like I kind of already knew what I needed to do, which was essentially just create more space for myself as a person to be able to create more margin in my life and honestly just be myself, you know?
Yeah, and I think one of the strong points of listeners sometimes are just they're just literally soaking it in and they're just listening to what you have to say
Yeah.
and possibly asking one or two of like the right questions
Yeah.
to help you process even further the thing that you're actually feeling or subconsciously needing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So that's the first one is the listener. So if you don't have a listening friend in your life, go and find one. Find someone that's a good listener. And a really good way to find someone that can be a good listener is to be a good listener for others as well. So that's a little pro tip for you if you are looking for more friends that can offer value in your life. Learn how to be a good listener because you learn how to be a good listener. People love a good listener in their life.
Yeah. Do you have one that you want to share real quick?
No, I'm going to share one of the next one.
Okay.
So the second one so the first one is the listener. The second one is the motivator. And, you know, the thing is about like everybody knows, like we have like a lot of famous type people that are motivators, right? Like the David Goggins, the Jockos, right? Like the motivational speakers and whatnot. But I don't think it always comes in that shape and form. But the motivator is encouraging, they're positive, and they're inspiring.
Yeah.
The benefit of having a motivating friend is that they're going to boost your motivation, obviously. They're going to encourage your self-improvement, and then they're going to help you achieve or push you in the direction of trying to achieve your goals. You know, personally for me, I know that I have a high drive, but I love putting myself around a lot of motivators because these are the type of people that help me really pursue the things that I want. After speaking to a friend that is a really great listener, what I'll do is I'll go find a motivator, and that motivator I will like talk about everything that I've processed, and that person, you know, like right now, one of the I have like my fitness coach. His name is Guido Trinidad. What's up, Guido? If you're listening, and his wife Virginia. So they're a very interesting duo because I think Guido is the motivator, kind of like a combination for me between motivator and mentor, whereas Virginia is just more the type of person where she will talk and then listen.
Yep.
And then tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas Guido will give me messaging that inspires me and goes like, you know what, you can do this. And he'll kind of help me reframe
Yeah.
like a lot of my thought processes in the things that I want to achieve and then help me realize like I can do it.
For sure.
So there are friends, and I think the value of having a friend that is a motivator is simply just the fact that they are there and around, and their belief in you is helping you achieve every single health and fitness and life goal that you have. So I think that's the value of a motivator. You know, these people come in all shapes and sizes and different forms, and not all are the same. You know, some of them are just like really positive people to be around. Like they're the kind of people that maybe it seems like they never have a bad day.
Yeah.
You know, like obviously, which is not true because everybody is human, but like they're the kind of people where you believe like you couldn't imagine this person having a bad day. So I think a lot of our coaches on staff are good motivators as well. But that's the second one. So the first one is the listener. The second one is the motivator. The third one is the adventurer. Okay. And I don't know if you have a friend that's like this. Do you have a friend that's like that?
The closest thing to an adventure in my life would probably be my wife.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah.
But the adventurer is someone that is energetic, curious, and loves exploring. The benefit of having the adventurer friend in your life is that this person introduces you to new experiences. They enhance your physical health, and they stimulate your well-being. I would love to hear more about how Maddie is the adventurer in your relationship. I think I'm the adventurer in my relationship, but what I appreciate about particular adventurous friends that I have in my life is, I'll give you an example. Everybody knows this about me, but not everybody, but you probably know this about me. I don't like to drive more than 3 to 5 miles to eat food, right? And because for me, one of the values in my life right now, especially with young children, is time.
Yeah.
And I just don't like wasting time driving somewhere really far just to eat a meal and then drive really far back to come home.
For sure.
But I have friends that are a lot more adventurous than I am, and what they challenge me to do is like, hey, this is going to be a really great experience. Like they challenge me to block off my life to go chase these valuable experiences.
Yeah.
Well, to them. To
Yeah.
me, I'm like, I'll do it for you. And it kind of challenges the adventurous side of me, whereas like I normally would live a little bit more of a stale life when it comes to my nutrition, right? And what they do is they challenge me to try different foods, to go out to different places, and lend myself to more life experiences that maybe I wouldn't be as open to without that person being in my life.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Can you speak on Maddie a little bit with that, or?
Yeah. So just for context too, like, I mean, you know this about me too, but like, I'm very singularly focused. Like, you've come to me and been like, can you do like this and this, or like kind of think about this while you're doing this one thing? And I've been like, no, like I can't do multiple things at one time. I'm very much so singularly focused. And so because of that, sometimes I will get way too focused in one thing and realize that I don't really have to be doing this one thing, or I don't have to be doing life in one way all the time. Wake up, do the dishes, read my Bible, go work out, go coach. Like, it doesn't have to be like that every single day. And sometimes Maddie will just be like, why don't we go on a date night and she'll say that like on a Thursday night. In my mind, I'm like, you know, we don't have kids, or like we don't have like anything that's like holding us back from doing that. Like, I don't know why I didn't think about that, you know? And for me, that's honestly enough adventure for me, because like on a Thursday night, going out for a date night is splendid. It's great. It's beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
And so I didn't realize that like I could do that until she said that, you know?
That's great.
But she's always looking to do more and more things like that. And I think I'm probably the person that's pulling us back into the routine and consistency of things.
Which is valuable in the context of your relationship too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's awesome. The fourth one is the mentor. You know, we probably expect like a Yoda type person, but this person is generally this friend is typically someone that's wise, knowledgeable, and experienced. I personally have a lot of these type of people in my life. They provide guidance, they enhance your learning, and they support your personal growth. I have a mentor for pretty much like everything in my life. I didn't always. I'm 36 this year. I really started to build, I call it like my board of advisory in my 30s, like my early 30s, because I wanted to really nail down like each avenue of my life with people that have a little bit more experience. The hardest one for me to find actually was like the one for physical fitness, because I've been a fitness coach, and it's hard to find someone that you feel like can coach you when you've been at like the top of your game for so long.
Yeah.
But I have that for my finances. I have people that I respect a lot that have great marriages and great relationships, and I seek out advice from them. They're all about a decade to a decade and a half older than me. And that's really helpful to see life through their lens. I can think of a bunch off the top of my head, but there's one friend that I just love to glean wisdom from, and he's actually only a few years older than me. And something that he does really, really well is I think he has a good balance of pursuing things in his life in a more balanced way. I tend to be like I live on extremes.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like I'm like you. Like I want to do this, and I'm just gonna go and do this. He's able to, I feel like look at the buckets in his life, and then like, you know, like almost like if you had like 5 buckets, he's really able to like pour into each one like almost full. Whereas like I fire hose like one, or like I'll fire hose 2 out of the 5.
It's like coming
and
out
it's like just freaking spraying out, and then one will be kind of lacking.
Yeah.
And then I'll go look at that one, and I'll start fire hosing that one.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'll start fire hosing this bucket, and then this one like starts to drain out. Right, so it's like, and I tend to jump back and forth. Like over time, over the last half decade, I would say like all of them I've learned to fill them equally. Like maybe fire hose it in seasons, but in general, something that I respect about this person is that they're really good about kind of going in and out of the things that they're doing and finding balance in that. And one thing that they do well because of that is they find mentors for themselves.
Yeah.
Right, they find models of success, and they do that for themselves too. So, I think when it comes to friendship, I think one of the most important friends that we can have in our lives is finding a good mentor. And my recommendation for that is like 2 things that need to happen. Is number 1, you have to realize that you need one. You have to come to the actualization that and honestly drop your ego. I think a lot of us maybe think we're too good to take advice from others.
Yeah.
Or we only take it from certain types of people. But really, you can learn anything from anybody as long as they have the life experience and desire to offer you that life value.
Yeah. I think it's important to just recognize too, is like, it's probably more important to just have that person in your life more than it is to constantly be going to that person.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's more important that you have someone to go to when, I don't know, everything goes bad with finances, or have someone to go to when everything goes bad with your relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's more so about having that resource available to you and having that relationship prioritized.
For
you know?
sure. And,
Yeah.
and it's hard because it's like when I first reached out to a lot of the mentors that I have today, a lot of it I was like, hey, I don't want this to feel transactional or whatever, but this is what I need. And the truth, I've talked to you about this a lot, but like we all need, you know, there's an example in the Bible that talks about like Paul, Timothy, and Barnabas, right? Where it's like we all need someone that's kind of like a peer and like your companion. We all need to be mentored by someone, and we all need to be mentoring someone, right? And we hold that place, and that's in in a nutshell, like a really well lived life
Yeah.
can be summarized to those three.
Yeah.
So so maybe even for us is like we can start to realize that there are mentors out there that do want to help us because we're the same people that are mentoring others as well.
Totally.
The last one and the fifth one is one that's really, really important. This is one that I've struggled with for a lot of my life. And I don't know if you know this about me, but the loyal companion. And that's someone that's like trustworthy, dependable, and supportive. That person will usually enhance your sense of belonging. They'll increase your self-esteem, and they'll provide this sense of security where it's like these are typically people that are like could be like lifelong friends or someone that you've known for a long time, where just at a base layer you trust because you know that they're going to be there to support you through everything. Shout out to Shu. I've seen Shu. I feel like she has a lot of like loyal companions in her life. Something I noticed is like she always has these girls that like they just kind of roll together and they seem to be really, really supportive of each other. For me personally, it's been harder through every season of life because like my life circumstances change. Someone that's been a really good loyal companion for me is Peter, who used to be a coach here. We've known each other since we were 15, and we're not as close today, and just for various reasons. But I've always felt like there's this like trust there where I can trust him. And I hope he trusts me too.
Yeah.
And I can like always depend on him. And like if like worst case, like I can always reach out to him and he'll have some positive thing to say, or he'll try to spin me in the right direction, or even just be a good listener.
Yeah.
What's that like for you?
Yeah. This is probably for me. I mean, I'm already thinking about him, but like his name is Michael. You already know him, but Michael has been like a friend of mine for the past 8 years now. Baseball Michael. Yep. And he was a collegiate baseball player and then eventually played pro, but then he was my college roommate, and I was very unexpectedly expecting someone as loyal as him to be able to like walk through my life. And we are in very different seasons of life right now, where he's pursuing a doctorate, and obviously I'm working and married. He is none of those things right now, but the thing that with him is like the thing with the loyal companion that I feel like is extremely important to recognize is that they are trustworthy and dependable. Like Michael is someone that I can call or text at any time, and he will just pick up from the last conversation that we came out of. He'll just continue that conversation and be like, "Hey, last time I heard from you, this is what happened and this is where you were. What happened between then and now that is like maybe different we're talking about, And so, but also like what he does too is like, I know we talked about how like the loyal companion increases can increase your self-esteem, is like he's very good at like encouraging me and then just saying what he sees, right? Which generally is very encouraging for me, but it's like he's so honest and he says what he sees in me that like it makes it easy for me to feel encouraged, and obviously my self-esteem be super boosted when I'm around him. So so
awesome.
Yeah.
Guys, so just kind of wrap it up. I have one more bonus that I do want to share, but to just kind of recap the 5 type of friends that can make you a healthier, happier person. The first one is the listener. The second one is the motivator. The third one is the adventurer. The fourth one is the mentor, and the last one is probably one of the most important ones, is the loyal companion. There's a little bonus one that I wanted to share, and it's the cheerleader. And this person, often I think when I think of cheerleaders, I think of like a coach that you may have in your life that kind of encompasses maybe all of the friends that you have. But this person is positive, supportive, and enthusiastic. This person amplifies your success, boosts your self-esteem, and is constantly providing positive reinforcement. I would say that this person is kind of like a combination with the motivator / loyal companion, maybe even mixed with a little bit of of mentor, and even a little bit like challenge you to do things that you normally wouldn't do, the adventure. Um, and at times even a great listener. But their main job is to just kind of cheer you on. And for me, I've had a hard time finding that all encompassing cheerleader for like outside of my family. Like
Yeah.
my family will always cheer for me and always root for me, and my closest friends will always do that.
Yeah.
But they also have their own lives. And for me, what's been helpful is finding a coach in my life, a paid coach that helps me run in that direction, because they're genuinely cheering for me, because their jobs are tied to my success.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they kind of ride the ups and downs of my success. And I found that very valuable over the years. For someone that's not a paid coach in my life, someone that's been a really great cheerleader is actually this guy that's standing 3 feet away from me right now. And it's Ish. Ish, who does our media. I find that he's one of like he carries this bonus feature really, really well. What I like about him is like, I can talk to him about anything and he'll just go and see like the good in it.
Yeah.
You're like, or it's like, I'm kind of like, I'm being negative, and he'll go and flip around that negativity and make it like really, really positive. And he'll try to like see the bright spot in that situation, or something that he says a lot is, it's like ingrained in my mind is, I'll say something and he'll say something to agree with it, and he'll go, but at least this and this and this. You hear Ish say that a lot? Like he'll say something, but at least, and he'll like try to like kind of pull out. It's like he brings that cheer out of like a situation that maybe isn't as cheerful.
Totally.
So you have a friend like that that's just like a great cheerleader in your life, or you got to get one.
I think I got to get one.
Here we go.
I got to get one.
You can borrow mine. You can borrow Ish. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening. Again, those are the 5 types of friends that make you a healthier, happier person. It's the listener, the motivator, the adventurer, the mentor, the loyal companion, and the bonus, your cheerleader. And I think what I want to challenge you guys to this week is think about the people that you have in your life. Think about the people that maybe you want to have more of in your life, and just do a little bit of an audit and analysis in your life, and think about what you need to do to go find those relationships in your life. If you found this podcast helpful, you can find more of this kind of content on our YouTube page, Reason Fitness, or the Finding Reason podcast on Instagram. Give us a follow for more free content, resources, and conversations around strong and sustainable solutions for your health and fitness. See ya.